All right, let us go to a man who has other people look up his stuff as well. We'll go to Pro Hockey Talk's blogger of choice for this program. You can follow him on twitter.com/Joe Yerdon, PHT. It's Joe Yerdon. Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Doing good, Matthew. How are you doing?
I am well, Joe. I am very well. Good to have some out-of-town scores, huh?
Yeah, nice to get the updates before I come on the air.
Now, Joe, how about that story, huh? Josh Harding and what he's gone through, Minnesota getting a shutout today.
That's pretty incredible. You get diagnosed with MS during the lockout, and you're able to keep your job still and keep playing through it and come out with his first start of the year and come away with a shutout. That's storybook kind of stuff. I'm 1-0. It's pretty traditional kind of win for the Wild, but Zach Parise gets the goal. He gets the shutout for his guy, and send the script to Hollywood.
Yeah, Joe, I'm freaking out in my hockey pool. I mean, I got Lundqvist and I got Brizgalov, and they're both 0-2. I didn't see this coming. I'm starting to panic a little bit.
Yeah, if anything's going to be able to calm you down, it's still early. Although if you're
that's right. I forgot about that.
if you're in one of those head-to-head leagues, you might be in trouble this first week if your opponent's got Harding.
Nah, we're in it for the long haul. Just wins and shutouts. That's all we need from goaltenders. So I feel like it'll even out. I don't think King Henrik will go more than another game or two without getting on his elite level.
Yeah. You know what? These first couple of weeks of the schedule are great for having people freak out instantaneously over what's going on. It's like what's wrong with Henrik? What's going wrong with these teams? What's happening with everybody? And it's like wait, this is everybody's preseason basically. They're going to need a couple weeks to figure out the chemistry, figure out where everybody's going, and figure out what exactly they've got coming out of a 4-month work stoppage.
Now, Joe, this segment's all about me and what I'm interested in, and I'm interested in a couple of different story angles right now around the NHL. I want to know if you're still following them as well and get your take on them. In Chicago, interesting storyline right now with that second line. It seems like they're going to try Dave Bolin there. He's been one of my favorites for a long time. You remember when he came back off injury in the playoffs versus Vancouver and just lit them up, and they almost came back and won that series a couple of years ago, and what a thrill that was. And such a talented guy, but he's been on their third line, getting second power play unit minutes, but not really getting an offensive role regularly with that team. They've slotted him in, it looks like, for now on that second line, and he has a power play goal today. So far 1-1 right now, Phoenix and Chicago. Does that intrigue you right now, what's happening with Chicago and maybe their lineup?
Yeah, the second line center position for them has been an issue for the last few years. Really, you look at what they've tried to do. They tried Patrick Sharp there, before for a little while. They tried Patrick Kane there last year to see if they could work it out at center. And they've got a kid in the minors in Brandon Peary who they think maybe someday could fill that role, but he didn't win a job out of the the mini camp this past week. So they figured, what the heck? Let's try Dave Bolin. Let's see if it works out all right. He does a bang-up job on the third line. He's a great penalty killer. But you don't know exactly how he's going to work out offensively. And, hey, what the heck? Works out pretty good tonight. He power play goal. That's doing the job. That's doing what he's, what they're hoping he can do. I look at it as something where why not give him a chance? Why not see what he can do and see if he can pull it off? I mean, at worst, if he's not really producing that well, all right, put him down on the third line and, maybe make a trade, maybe call up Peary, maybe do something. But in the meantime, if you got a guy that can pull it off right now and make it work, why not? Why not give him a shot? And, he's put in his time, he's earned it. And, maybe being a setup man isn't really his role, but hey, if you're a second line center, you can match up against other teams' second lines as well and maybe nullify what they've got. The wingers they can put on his line are vastly superior than what most teams can roll out there. So, what the heck? Why not? Make it work. Yeah,
it's interesting. Chatting with Joe Yerdon from ProHockeyTalk.NBCSports.com. One of the guys also in the mix there is Marcus Kruger, a youngster who hasn't done a lot yet with the Hawks. We'll see what happens there. But elsewhere, the Penguins, another big win for them today, doubling up the Rangers. We mentioned the Rangers losing again. 6-3 is the win, is the score there. Malkin 3 assists, no surprise there. Great start to the year for him. James Neal as well, good game. But the other question, very similar to Chicago, is who's going to occupy that third spot on that second line? They've gone with Eric Tancredi, a big winger, but seems to have hands of stone so far. There's rumors that maybe the Pens are going to go out and try and deal and put something there. Is that another storyline that's maybe going to change with a shortened season? You might see a trade.
Yeah, that's like you said. That's been a problem for them for a while now. Is figuring out who's that sixth person to put in the top six to see who else can figure it out, because they've got Crosby's wingers figured out. I mean, that's Kunitz, that's Dupuis, and then you have Malkin and Neal, who are a great duo. But you can add a third piece to that and have two unbelievably unstoppable lines. That's great. But Tangradi is a guy they really want to work out, but through two games, it's a bit of a rough start for him. I don't know if they'll go the trade route quite yet. I think if they get, if they run into a wall with Tangradi and it doesn't work out, they're going to give a look to Bo Bennett, who's in Wilkes-Barre Scranton right now. He was a draft pick of theirs a couple of years ago. Played at I believe it was Colorado College or Denver University. I forget which one offhand. Sorry, alums of those colleges. My bad. But Bennett's a guy who earned a strong looks during the week-long camp, and they thought he's a guy who might be able to win the job out of camp. But it sounds like they wanted to give Tangradi a chance to show what he could do on the pro level. But I don't know in a shortened season how long their patience is going to be for him. But Bennett's been playing well in the AHL, but if Tangradi isn't working out, then I can't imagine they'll wait very long to at least give Bennett a shot to see if he can stick.
Joe, final thoughts here from you. What other storylines are you looking at, following, writing about? What's on your brain?
Well, the game I'm really looking forward to this week is a rematch with Boston in New York on Wednesday. The Rangers are kind of scuffling right off the bat. They took their lumps from Boston last night, whooped up by Pittsburgh tonight, and maybe Boston playing down in Madison Square Garden will be a bit of a different story for them to show what they've got. I mean, these are two teams that could end up in the Stanley Cup Finals, and having them play this early is a little bit unfair, but maybe it'll help set the table for a potential playoff matchup between the two, because they're both going to end up very good. It's just such a rough going here right off the bat, where everybody's still in the feeling out process.
He is Joe Yerdon, Joe Yerdon, PHT, on Twitter.com. You can also check out the blog through the NBC Sports website. Joe, thanks so much for your time tonight, and enjoy week number 2, or I guess it's week 2 because we had 2 days this week. So is it officially week 1? I don't know.
Hey, however it works out, I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks a lot, Joe.
You got it, man. Thanks.